Hello, hello. It is Thursday, 7 o'clock, and welcome to Urban Facts. Um, Unfortunately, we are having a problem with Facebook. It's not letting us stream on here. I don't know why that is. Oh, man. Oh, crap. So, anyway, as they say, the show must go on. So, um, we will. Let me see if I can try to fix it here. All right. So, you guys will have to view it on YouTube. I'm not sure why that's exactly happening. So, we're going to interview um, Elder Anita Braxton. So let me just bring her picture up here. And there she is there. So she is the author of the new book, God is Speaking, Are You Listening? So, the book is phenomenal. I've read it myself. Well, I'm reading it because it's actually daily inspirational. Excuse me. But we'll have her on in just a couple of minutes. Um, well, let me stop with the ums. We definitely here at the foundation want to thank our sponsors, Telly's Glam, um, sorry, uh, Bathana. We also want to thank the individuals who have given us money towards events, things of that nature. Hold on a second. Sorry, I suffer from bad sinuses. uh, we definitely appreciate it and your contributions, any help that anyone has done in the future, well, in the past, or currently. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go to Facebook because we are having a problem here. And we're going to let the people know, please come here if you want to see Elder. So, I'm sorry. I believe that in the course of time, people have a lot of things that they do that they want to inspire to be, and all that's possible through encouragement of people, individuals that believe in you, and obviously strong family support. The reason why we brought Elder Braxton on is to see what support that she had in regards to, what was the driving force behind her wanting to write this book. Like I said, it's an inspirational book. It's the book right here. I got a copy of it. It definitely will. It can start your day off well. In great spirits. She definitely has some information on there that can definitely help individuals start their day off pleasantly and um, rebuke anything or get rid of any negative spirits that you may be starting your day off with. So, without further ado, we will bring on the talented elder Anita Braxton. Elder Braxton, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Oh no. Um. So, tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I've been one thing that I really love to do when I wake up daily is spend time with the Lord and get directions and be inspired by Him so that I'll be able to inspire others. And as the Lord give me things, I write them down, and I may not say them the same exact way that he gives them to me, but I ask him to give me a way so that when I share it with other people, that it'll give them hope and help them to just lean on him and trust him to bring them through any situation or anything that they're facing throughout life. And I enjoy doing that every morning. And if I miss it sometimes during the daytime, I also, throughout the day, I make sure that I spend time with the Lord.
Okay, cool. Um, Tell us about your childhood coming up. Were you raised in Philadelphia?
Yes, I was raised in Philadelphia. I had a good childhood. In reference to my childhood, I was brought up in a Christian home where my parents taught us that no matter what circumstances that you face throughout life, to always trust God and go to the Lord so that He can show you how to get through it. Even if you mess up a lot of times or do something wrong, even though we reap what we sow, depending on what we do. If it's a bad outcome, you still have to trust in my mother. Parents always taught us to trust in the Lord to bring us through whatever situation that we go through, not to lean to our own understanding, but as Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 says, to trust in Him and allow Him to direct our path.
Okay, cool. Um, so we got this book here. You told us that you enjoy, spending time with God when you wake up. Most Christians should be doing that, having some type of prayer life when you waking up. Um, I'm sorry. From your time, how can I say, becoming a church member to the conception of this book, what was your inspiring force?
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
Basically, what inspired you to write the book?
What inspired me to write the book is the revelation and the feeling that I got from when I would go to the Lord daily and you know seek him for direction for my life throughout the day. So as the Lord began to speak to me and I would write certain things down as I stated earlier. I wanted to be able to share it with other people so that they can feel the same way that I feel. They may get a different revelation of whatever I'm saying, but I always ask the Lord to give them hope and help them to just continue on going on and not to give up on life. So it really inspired me, and from being at Victory, it really taught me how to put the words in our language so that we'll be able to understand it and not be so, super spiritual and speaking words that people didn't understand. I wanted to bring it down to a level where anyone would be able to understand what what I write.
Okay, cool. I think you definitely have done that. Like I said, the book is definitely it's well, it's not something that I would say you gotta be like, oh my god, I gotta go back and finish reading chapter one, because you can just open the book up, you read one of the inspirational passages, and it's is listed for what is this? How many days is it again?
I believe it's 90.
Let's see here. Yep, 90 days. Yeah, so 90 days. And like I said, it's very inspirational. Um, I think you did a wonderful job in
Thank you.
composing this, and wanting to deliver this. Um, oh, my camera all blurred out. Oh, there. Wanting to deliver this to the people so that they can have encouragement. It's one thing that I teach a lot of youth, or tell a lot of youth, is that encouragement can go a long ways, and your book definitely has the tools to satisfy that. So so you came up with this book. What were your struggles in regards to writing it? Well, putting it all together, I should say.
Well, my struggles of putting it together was taking the time to be able to do it, because daily I still do it to this day. I write things out, and each day goes by, I get something different. It may refer back to something else that I may have previously written, but it's I always get a different inspiration each day. And the struggle was when I came up with this book is I got to a certain point where I was still writing daily, but I just got lazy and didn't feel like finishing it. So it was just time consuming, but I knew it was something that needed to be done.
So with the how did you find the time to get it done?
I had to make it a top priority. One time, the reason what inspired me to do it is because my cousin had told me. He said, "Because this is the second book. I have one that's called My Thoughts, His Words, which was the first book that I wrote, and I thought that after that book that I would be through. But then my cousin had mentioned to me. He said, "I believe you're supposed to write another book." But I didn't agree with that at that time. At the time, I was still writing down messages and allowing the Lord to speak to me of how to interpret them. And then I had another person that came to me and said, at that time, after I didn't put it in book form, but I was writing the words down. And
Mm-hmm.
then someone had said to me, "It's time for you to release the book." And they didn't even know that I was even writing the messages down. But
Mm-hmm.
then when they spoke that to me, that's when I got the title, God is Speaking. Are you listening?
Oh,
Because
okay.
once
Oh,
once she came and didn't know anything about it, that was my cue. You better go ahead and do what you need to do, or you're going to miss what you're supposed to do.
now, what encouraging words would you have for authors that's actually stuck in the process of trying to get their book complete?
Sometimes you might go through a waiting period of what you really need to put down to be able to inspire other people and help them to understand what you're trying to get across to them. So, just take your time and just relax, and then just focus on what you're trying to get across to other people, but never give up. Sometimes you have to go beyond of how you feel and push yourself and go ahead. And once you finish the whole project, the outcome, you'll see that it most likely is going to be successful.
Oh, okay, cool. Now, as a child, did you have this passion to be a writer?
I used to like, when as a child, I used to like to write letters. I didn't um like direct them to anyone, but I used to just like to write. So I would say something like, "Dear friend, today was a good day, and Thank you for being, and it didn't have to be a specific person,
Mm-hmm.
but for some reason, I used to like to write letters, but I never thought that it would wind up being this way.
Do you have any of those letters just laying around?
Not at all.
Oh no.
Those were years
Um.
ago.
So what to put this book together. Oh, hold on. So you said you got another book out. Tell us about that one.
The book that's entitled My Thoughts, His Words,
Right.
that came from when my brother was diagnosed with COVID-19. And a lot of times I would go, as I was taking a shower, is how the Lord would minister to me when I was in the shower.
Right.
And a lot of thoughts that I would have, as far as how his faith was. And then I would say things like, Lord, you said that you would keep us. And then the Lord made everything thought that I wrote down, he gave me a scripture to back up what I was saying. Like if I would say, Lord, you said that you will help me through every situation. I would come up with I'm a present help in a time of trouble. So,
Right.
which was teaching me to lean on the Lord and also to, like I said, Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding, acknowledge me, and I will direct your path. So,
Mm-hmm.
as the thoughts came to my mind, the Lord will minister to me and give me his words to match with my thoughts. So that's where that book came from. And at first, when I was saying, okay, so what should I title this book? And then that's what he gave me at that time, my thoughts, his words. So whatever I was thinking, the Lord will always show me in the word of God what I was thinking, how the two would go together.
Oh, okay. So who influenced you to be an author, or was it just life circumstances?
I believe it was just life circumstances. I never thought of myself as being an author. I just looked at it as a person encouraging not only myself but wanting to encourage other people. So I never really looked at, myself as being an author. I just wanted to encourage people and help them to understand life and to know that, whatever you're going through in life, God is always with you. You're
Mm-hmm.
never alone, ever.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that. It's definitely some times where you do feel a little alone out here, but but God. So I gotta stop saying people always stop saying I'm on the video. So through this journey, you wrote this book, your second book. What have you learned from this experience?
What I've learned from this experience, God is speaking, are you listening? Is always God speaks in different ways. It could be through nature, it could be audible. You could be walking down the street and see a sign. Sometimes I would be on a bus and I might see a sign over here and conversation, and then incorporate that with God speaking. And am I listening to what he's saying? Because of what I hear someone else saying or what I see, it lets me know that that's also a way that God speaks to us. The thing is, are you listening? Are you doing just because of what you heard? How are you following up with what you heard or what you saw? So that it really inspired me to trust and have confidence in the Lord and not in myself and others, but whatever I believe that the Lord is doing, that just trust him to be able to do it, because there's a lot of things that we can't do but he can. So we have
Hmm.
to learn to lean on him and trust him to bring us through.
Okay. So I have an insert here from the book. So I'm gonna pull that up. That just popped up there. So this is day 51. Let me just kind of enlarge this a little bit so the people can see it there. I'm gonna have to go to the actual page because I can't read it. So I'm sorry. So it says it's not a mistake. can you kind of explain to us, your formatting in regards to the, your pages, your page formatting, how you have it set up?
Well, as I didn't have it set up a specific way, whichever way the topics would come to me. It's not like I categorize the different topics. Whatever topic would come to me is what I would expound on.
Well, I mean, how you have it, because it is a format to it. So you do have, you tell people to read the certain passage that's in regards to your encouraging words, and then you have your words, and then you have the spoken truth.
Okay, as far as that concerned, that is where I would have you read would coincide with what the topic is. Then the
Right.
message was the middle part is the message that I received from the Lord and put it in words so that others will be able to understand it. And spoken truth was after I put the message down, is stuff that I wanted to share with others of how I felt. So
Okay.
that's why I called it spoken truth because it's the way that I felt, and I wanted to share that with other people,
So
readers.
from, I'm sorry, you were still saying something. I'm
So
sorry.
I said with all the readers, I wanted to share that. That's where the spoken words came from.
Okay. Um. So what has the reactions been in regards to people that have read the book?
I've received a lot of positive responses from it. People tell me that they use it as their daily devotion and how the Lord speaks to them in certain ways and give them hope and strengthens them when they go throughout the day and how it's really been an encouragement to them. So what I asked the Lord to do before I released the book, the feedback that I get is what I've asked him to do, to be
Hmm.
able to encourage the people, to help them to lean and depend on him to bring them through whatever situation that they're facing and for them to be strong and that their faith will increase.
Okay. So in this particular, what's going on in society? How do you feel your book fits into that?
If people would take the time and read the book, and then one thing they have to do is seek God for themselves. This is what he gave me. This is just a guideline to lead them so that if they read the word and the scriptures and the spoken words and then seek God for themselves for direction, it can help them to navigate through whatever they're facing throughout the day. And like I said, they have to remember that no matter what you're going through, that God is always with you.
Yeah, that's very true. And like I said, I think the book is very inspirational, is impactful, and it's definitely a tool that I would recommend, people reading to start their day off. You
Thank
know,
you.
I gotta stop saying. It's very, I would say, it's on time. With a country coming out of the coronavirus, things happening within in the city. People need encouraging words, and they need them from intelligent, wise individuals. And I definitely would say you fit that category because you are an author of two books, and that is not an easy feat or something that I would
Mm.
take lightly. So, with that being said, what encouraging words would you have for, I guess, just for just general people today?
Whatever dreams that you have, never give up on your dreams and no never give up on yourself because God doesn't give up on you. Whatever you strive to do, just think positive that you're going to make it through this. You might not know how or know what's ahead of you, but know that you're not by yourself and that God is going to see you through and will help you as long as you go to him and ask him for guidance. So just always hold on to whatever you're doing, and don't give up. Always push forward and think positive.
Thank you so much for those encouraging words. So we do something here called Facebook Facts. So it's basically we find a picture from off of the person's Facebook page, and we just ask them to explain it. So nothing embarrassing. So that's you and Elder Gwinnett there. So can you let us know what's happening in this picture there?
In that picture, I graduated from Strayer University, and my strong support sister was there with me and encouraging me as she always does. And if I start feeling a little discouraged, she always give me a word to
Hmm.
remind me of our upbringing and how she's always there for me also. But this was a great day because it was an honor to have her with me.
Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Uh, your book definitely, like I said, it's a excuse me support system to others, and you are, the people that own this book. You're there with them through their circumstances, because this is definitely um your conversations with God.
Yeah,
This book is your conversations with God. You know,
exactly.
God is saying something to you, you replying to that, and you're sharing this conversation with other people, to encourage them and motivate them through the day. So I definitely thank you for that. Here's we definitely want to get a picture of the book so that the people know where to find it at. So let me see here. Let's see. Um, yeah, here it is right there. So that's the book right there. And Elder, you can let us know, where can people purchase the book at?
So far, the it's in it's in our bookstore, Victory Christian Center, and the only time that you'll be able to purchase it then is on Sundays from 10:15 to 11 o'clock, or from 1:30 to 2:30.
Okay.
Other than that, I'll my email address, which is Anita B60, Anita B60 at Verizon.net. If you would send me an email, I'll get in contact with you and make sure that the book is delivered to you.
Hold
But
on.
it's not on Amazon.
All right, let me see. Is that the email right there?
Yes.
All right. So you heard it from her. So if you want a copy of the book, oh, hold on. I ain't mean to take her off of this. You can email Elder Braxton at Anita B60 at Verizon.net. What's the cost of the book again?
$20.
Oh, the book is $20. It's definitely worth it. I have a copy of it here. We're going to see if we can get some copies, that we can give out to the people, from the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
We give out books, just to encourage people, and self-help books, motivational books, or whatever like that. So I'll definitely be in contact with you about that. But thank you for your time. It was definitely a pleasure, and I would love to have you again.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. No problem. You enjoy the rest of the evening, Elder.
You too, and be safe. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. The very talented Elder Anita Braxton. This book is phenomenal. Get yourself a copy. This is her email. Um, you can get a copy at our church. We happen to go to the same church. It's Victory Christian Center. That's 5220 Whippy Avenue. And the doors of the church open on Sunday at 11 a.m. Normally the service ends around 1:30, and you can go right across to the annex building in the VCC Cafe. That's what it's called now, and you can get a copy of her book. So up next we have Miss Ambrielle Parker, and she will be doing her Black History moment. So let's bring Miss Parker on. Miss Parker, what's happening?
Nothing. How you doing?
All right. What you got for us today?
Today I will be talking to you all about the Mississippi Massacre.
Okay, okay. Let me pull up a picture of it here. All right, I'm going to get off of here and let you.
Okay. On December 7th, 1874, black citizens in Vicksburg organized an effort to try and help Mr. Crosby regain his office. In response, white mobs attacked and killed dozens of black citizens in an act of racial terrorism, which would be later known as the Vicksburg Massacre. Following this brutal attack, federal troops were sent to Vicksburg and Mr. Crosby was appointed as sheriff again. However, in early 1875, a white man named J.P. Glimmer was hired to serve as Sheriff Crosby's deputy. After, after Sheriff Crosby tried to have Mr. Glimmer removed from office, Mr. Glimmer shot Sheriff Crosby in the head on June 7th, 1875. Mr. Glimmer was arrested for attempted assassination, but never brought to trial. Mr. Crosby survived the shooting but never made a full recovery and had to serve the remainder of his term through a representative white citizen. The violence and intimidation tactics utilized by white Mississippians intent on restoring white supremacy soon enabled the forces antagonistic to the aims of the Reconstruction and racial equality to regain power in Mississippi.
So what did you learn from this Black History moment?
Um, I actually learned more about it. Actually, I never knew it, and
Right.
it kind of sounds fictional because somebody like that's why when I was looking it up, I was like, this doesn't sound. It sounds because like he just shot him in the head, and like it's not funny, but it was funny to me because I was like, this sounds like a Western story, like because they
Mhm.
said Sheriff Crosby, but and I was surprised to know, oh, this actually really happened. This is stuff that happened way back in the past. It's like surprising to me, and it's like, wow, it sounds like something that can be made into a movie because of the
Right.
way it sounds.
Yeah. Well, you said the 1800s. I
Mm-hmm.
believe there was a lot of cowboys back then.
Yeah, I think
Racism
so.
still was a factor. But as you can see, blacks are still targeted by local authorities, no matter what the year is.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely appreciate you taking the time to find out the information in regards to Black history. For whatever Thursday you're doing it on. Excuse me. Um, you definitely are the reason why we interviewed the great grandson of Ida B. Wells, because I believe it was a couple prior to that. You found out some information about her, and on top of that, with you doing this is building your knowledge on your own culture, and it's educating you and making you aware of things that has happened in the past, and if they're still relevant today. And like I said, is even from the 1800s, blacks are still being persecuted by local authorities. So, I think that your Black History moment definitely fits in with Miss Braxton's book, because if anybody need encouragement, it's black people. So you definitely know that. So I just want to thank you, for just being so diligent and well prepared on Thursdays.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you and love you so much.
Love you too.
So, um, Even from the 1800s, we still being persecuted. That's why this book, I mean, it's not only just this book, there's other books out there also that, but buy this one, that it encourages folks, you know, and you need encouragement to start your day off. You might not even be Christian, you know, but still you need some type of form of encouragement to help you to be motivated throughout the day. And it don't even matter what particular time of the day, because I was really tired today and didn't feel like doing this, but you know I had to get the energy to get myself together and you know make this happen. You know, we had some complications, but we went past that and we still got it done. Um, as a people, as a black people, we have to understand that oppression is not only a present day reality, but it's a history. And you have to know how to get past that. And you need all the support that you can get. And you never know, you giving encouraging words to someone, and I ain't saying you necessarily have to be an author, but you just encouraging somebody and letting them know that, hey, it's going to be all right. Or, hey, God still loves you. Or, hey, I love you. You know, it's all right to tell people you don't know you love them. It's a wonderful thing. And you could be saving somebody's life. Within these 90 days of this book, Elder Braxton could be saving someone's life. You understand what I'm saying to you? And you just never know. So I thank Elder Braxton. I thank Amberell. And like I said, it's amazing how the two just coexisted with each other. You know what I mean? Her message in regards to the Black History moment. Now her book, Elder Braxton's book, is about a massacre. But like I said, it's still in relation to how blacks are still being persecuted. And this book is an encouraging tool to help blacks throughout the day. So, I thank you guys for tuning in. I feel like I'm forgetting something though. Let me think. Oh, so we are in the works of possibly, hopefully, prayerfully interviewing an ancestor of Harriet Tubman. We did get an email from a Miss. Let's see, I don't want to get this wrong. Let me see here. Let's hold on here. If I can find it. There you go. All right. So I got an email from a Dr. Anita Wright. She works with the great grand niece of Harriet Tubman, and she is Pauline Copes Johnson. So we're working to possibly, you know, interview her and, you know, get some nuggets of wisdom from her in regards to Miss Tubman. To tell you the truth, I used to try to get people on here like Patty Jackson or famous rap celebrities or whatever like that. And you know, there's nothing wrong with those people. But for the type of work that we do at the Otherly Zachary Foundation, these children and other people in the community need to see that the works of actual Black heroes, such as Harriet Tubman, such as Ida B. Wells, is still in motion. We had Dan Duster on here last week. He was the great grandson of Ida B. Wells, and they're still doing her work. You know, they're still fighting a good fight. They're still fighting for equality and civil rights within the Black community. And I think that's very important. So thank you guys again. Thank you for all the sponsors, Telly's Glam, the Lighthouse Church, Dr. Ulysses Pratt, excuse me, Girls Who Brunch. We want to thank them. We want to thank Cultural Exchange. That's a little boutique on Point Breeze. We want to thank Bethana Community Center. It's 25th and Reed. Anybody we forgot, please charge it to my head and not my heart. And we really would appreciate if you guys could donate to the foundation. All the money goes towards our mission. Our mission is to empower inner city youth culturally and academically so they can see the opportunities that they have afforded to them to place them on a more successful path. I never thought that I would be, well, I ain't in front of millions yet. I don't even think I want to be in front of millions, but in front of people, period. Doing a podcast, encouraging folks, interviewing people in regards to their works. I darn sure didn't think I'd be interviewing the great grandson of Ida B. Wells. But you never know. And just like Ms. Braxton said, sometimes, excuse me, God will give you a word and you got to move with it. And if I didn't move with the word that God gave me, then I wouldn't be sitting in front of you today. We wouldn't have awarded over 20-something children for Scholar of the Month awards for academic achievement. We wouldn't have awarded, I think we awarded like 5 educators just last year with our Educator of the Month award and other awards. We had a youth conference. We've done some things. So thank you guys again. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. And God bless. And